Hey everyone, so today we're going to be looking at both bottle feeding and breastfeeding, advantages, disadvantages, how to make a bottle feed, and how breastfeeding works. It's really important to know both of these stuff because it is a topic that doesn't really tend to come up much in like the level 1/level 2 exams. So maybe in 2020 they might think about putting like an 8 or 10 marker about it. So it's topics that haven't been covered in past exam papers are more likely to come up in the other exam papers, if you know what I mean. But other than that, we can just get started with breastfeeding, or actually let's start with bottle feeding, which is the more easier one. Bottle feeding is used for many reasons, but the main reason is if a mother doesn't want to breastfeed or can't breastfeed, then she can choose to bottle feed her baby. Now, before you get into the bottle feeding habit, you need to get ready for it. You need to get all the equipment, you need to learn how to feed the baby, you need to learn how to make up the formula. So let's look at some of the bottle feeding equipment, and I'll put a picture of each of the equipment on the screen in a minute. Okay, so this is not everything that you need, but these are like the main things that you need, and it's very important that what you get, is suitable for your baby, for example teats and stuff. So I'll go through it all. So bottles are available in different shapes and sizes. Some bottles, and I recommend buying bottles with wide necks because it's easy to clean, and bottles with a lid. Of course, most bottles have lids with them, and this is just to protect the teat. Teats are available in different shapes, but it's very important that the hole in the teat, that it's the right size, because if it's too big, the milk is let out fast enough to choke the baby, and if it's too small, the baby will most likely suck too hard on the bottle and swallow lots of air, which could lead to colic, which is when the baby cries continuously. And everything needs to be sterilised. The bottle itself, the teat, and bottle brush. As I said before, there's not a picture of bottle brush, but you still need to buy a bottle brush to clean the bottle. But all of that needs to be cleaned with the sterilizer, as you can see here. Now I'm going to go through all the types of sterilizers that the mother can choose from, but I think this is the electric sterilizer is the most common one. So yeah, that's all you need, and of course the most important thing you need is the mammal, or not, doesn't have to be mammal, but some sort of or type of formula milk for your baby. And you need to find the right age group. You need to find if it's going to be good consistency, stuff like that for your baby. So it will be simple. All you need to do is just look at the tin or box, and it will tell you what age group the formula is suitable for. So that's all you need to get ready to bottle feed. And you can buy this from, many shops. How do you make up a formula? Now I'm going to put a series of pictures on screen in a minute about how to make up a bottle of milk. So this is the best picture that I could find because the other pictures had words in them. But anyway, so how do you make a bottle feed? The first thing you need to do is wash your hands, but that doesn't need to be the first thing. In here for my notes I said first you need to boil the kettle. Just listen to me and then look at the pictures. So first boil the kettle, and make sure that the water, because the water needs to be at least 70 degrees. So make sure it doesn't cool for more than 30 minutes. Then you can wash hands, or you can do first wash hands and then boil kettle, that's fine. Then use sterile equipment, or sterile equipment. You need to sterilize your equipment using a sterilizer, as I explained before, you need to get a sterilizer to make up a formula. So make sure everything is clean. If it's not clean, clean it with a sterilizer. Then add the right amount of water from your kettle. It will say on the formula box how much, like the volume of water that you need to put in your bottle. So yeah, make sure you add the right amount of water. Add right number of scoops of formula. Again, it will say on the formula box, or formula tin. You can level the scoops of formula using a knife, if you want to. If it's too much and you just want to level it with a knife, then that's fine. Shake it thoroughly, preferably with a cap on, so put the cap of the bottle on and shake the bottle thoroughly. And you need to make sure it's completely mixed. The water and the milk is completely mixed together. Then you need to cool down the hot bottle of water. So to do that, you need to run the bottle of milk under cold water to cool. Also, you need to serve it at 37 degrees. Use the bottle within 2 hours, or if you don't use it within 2 hours, throw the bottle of milk away. Do not put bottles in the fridge and then reheat them. Many people do this and it really bugs me. So yeah, do not put bottles in the fridge and then reheat them. Because the longer the milk, the greater the risk of bacteria, and the greater the risk of your baby getting infected by the bacteria. So it's not good. So it's quite easy, these steps. You can just put on your notes, step 1 did that, step 2, or you can just print out this picture, or print out a picture and literally just use it as a revision notes. Like, it's not hard. It's a sign of common sense, really. So yeah, we've got more to look at. So what do you do if you're out and about with your baby? What do you do? How do you make a bottle of milk if you're out on holiday or just going on shopping? So the solution to this, if you're taking a bottle-fed baby out for the day, you need to make up a feed while you're out. First, before you go out, you need to make sure that you prepare a sealed bottle of boiled water and formula powder in separate containers. All you need to do is mix the two together when needed. So that's quite easy. The most important thing that we need to kind of look at now is the advantages and disadvantages of bottle feeding. And there are loads of advantages and disadvantages, and you might get an easy 8 marker describing all the advantages and disadvantages of bottle feeding and breastfeeding, or just breastfeeding or just breastfeeding. That'd be a good long mark question. Or you could just get like short 2 mark, 3 mark questions about 1 or 2 disadvantages or advantages, or one from both. So let's take a look. What are the advantages of bottle feeding? Some women just can't breastfeed, like mothers with HIV, mothers using drugs, mothers who've had cosmetic surgery on their breasts. That's a no for breastfeeding, that can't work. So yeah, the only solution to this would have the baby to bottle feed. Because if mothers have HIV, it's very easy to pass it on to babies. Or mothers take drugs, very strong drugs, again, can be passed on to babies. For some women, they just find breastfeeding difficult and painful, they just don't want to do it. So they bottle feed. With bottle feeding, now that's an advantage that I really like. With bottle feeding, it's easy to see exactly how much milk the baby's had. Too much milk could give the baby like stomach aches and stuff. So yeah, not good. Because on the bottle you can easily measure it, 'cause some bottles come with measurements. So yeah. anyone can feed the baby, and this could lead to very strong bonding. So mom can feed the baby, dad, if mom's away, babysitter, if both parents are on work, or childminder, and as I said before, dads especially can bond with babies by bottle feeding them. So what are some of the disadvantages of bottle feeding? It's expensive. You need to buy bottles, you need to buy the equipment, you need to buy the formula. Probably, I don't know, every month. I don't know how it works, but because I don't have a kid. But you need to buy a tin or box of formula quite often. Making up the feeds can be a hassle and can be hard, especially if you're a busy mother or if you're a working mother. The baby can be overfed or underfed if the formula milk is made too strong or too weak, because some mothers might be under pressure and not make milk properly, or at night the mother may be tired and she may put too much milk. So yeah, the baby can be over or underfed, which is not good. Bottle-fed babies are said to swallow more air than breastfed babies, so they need to be burped more because of colic. Most bottle-fed babies get more constipation and are more likely to get allergies because breast milk has antibodies which protects from diseases and stuff, and it can help prevent allergies as well. So if it's a case of a baby needs to burp, which is also called windling, you need to know how to burp a baby. It's quite easy. Babies need to be burped when they've swallowed air. You can do this by patting them over a shoulder, putting them over a shoulder and then patting their back, or just by rubbing their tummy. And you may notice milk coming out of their mouth with the swallowed air. That's completely fine. So yeah, that is all of bottle feeding in one short amount of time, and it's quite easy. Then you just look at revision guides and stuff. So yeah, let's look at breastfeeding now. Breastfeeding, all mammals produce milk for their babies, including humans, so it's a natural process, really. Mothers should not feel upset or embarrassed about breastfeeding, because it's totally fine. All mammals do it.